Hi students, welcome back to class. In this class, let's continue Evam Indrajit. In the last class, I told you about writer choosing Indrajit as the protagonist, and he starts speaking about the college life of Indrajit. And we have seen Indrajit giving the roll call and the teachers coming to the class and describing the lessons, the time during interval, what they speak during interval, and the writer's conversation with Indrajit also we have seen. How Indrajit speaks about his tiredness of everything and he wants to escape from all things. And writer even suggests that they can go together to some faraway place. But then Indrajit understands that it is not easy for him to escape from the reality. So he thinks about examinations and his mother. So they just think about going to some other place after exams. And the writer has been thinking about writing, and finally he just jot down some numbers. So I have actually read out those numbers also. It's just like some voices will be narrating those numbers, and then everybody is actually surprised to see those lines, and they just ask. Amal, Vimal, and Kamal ask about the writer's progress in the writing, and writer just says that he has written a poem and he just reads those lines. So after some time, they just actually listen to all those things and they laugh. And here we can see this Amal, Vimal, and Kamal. One by one, they ask about the different characteristics of the play. So they ask whether the play is social or not. So Amal just asked what kind of a play it is, whether it is social. So writer does not even know what that social means, and then so Kamal just gives the answer that social actually means the play if it is about this day and age, about their time. So here he says that yeah, it's about actually that time, their age, and all. And so the plot is actually asked, and writer says that it does not have any plot. There is no plot at all. And theme also, there is no theme for it. And finally he says the theme is just us. That is, theme is about the life of Amal, Vimal, Kamal, Indrajit, and the writer. So what they face every day, so that is their theme. And they are not able to find out a heroine, so they think that if a play has to be written, there should be a heroine. So if the story is about these people, who will be the heroine? That is what they say. And so Vimal does not want these people to be brought into the play. These lives should not be brought into the play because there is nothing dramatic about their life. That is what he says. So they are just thinking about finding out a heroine for the play. So here he says that Kamal can be a hero because Kamal it seems that Kamal has some kind of a fascination or some kind of attraction for a girl, so he can be the hero. But Kamal says that even that is also not possible because it's not going beyond window poetry, so it is not possible for him. And then here Kamal says that it seems that Amal has some attraction for somebody, so the time they have gone to the puja festival at Puri, some kind of an attraction for a girl or something like that. Even Amal also seems to have. So Amal says that that is nothing. So here the problem is that if they want to be the heroes of the play, they should be a heroine. So they are not able to find out a heroine in their life. So it is at that time when they are actually making fun of each other, they are just cracking jokes and all. They see Manasi going up. This Manasi is again just a young woman. She just goes up. So when she goes crosses the stage, they just look at this Manasi, and after that we can see Manasi coming out with a bag and so in a different way she is walking. So this Manasi is not the Manasi who has crossed the stage. This is another Manasi. That means this is another young woman. So these boys, when they are actually speaking, when they see these girls, they just look at them. Okay, they just become completely aware of themselves. So they want to show the best selves. So and then we can say another girl, actually this Manasi with the bag and with a different gait. So this is again the Manasi who is dressed simply, and this Manasi is now walking with Indrajit. So when they see this Manasi, that is this young woman walking with Indrajit, they stare. So they think that okay, Indrajit has some kind of an affair, some love affair. So that is why Indrajit has got a girlfriend. Whereas these three do not have any girlfriend at all. So they say that it's strange only. Indrajit has not even spoken anything about that. He has not even provided a hint about his girlfriend. So how secretive this Indrajit is. Kamal knows that it's not actually secretive nature. He says that Indrajit thinks that he is superior to others and he keeps everything to himself. Does not mingle with others, and he says that he knows people like Indrajit very well. So Amal just asked whether writer knows about Indrajit having a girlfriend, whether writer knows about it. So he just asked, okay, what? So then they just say the writer may be inspired by that. So anyway, the writer also does not know anything about Indrajit's girlfriend, or Indrajit's talking to another girl. So it's not actually girlfriend. So here people will think that that girl is his girlfriend. That's all. So here, and he says that he does not know anything at all. Then he has actually seen this girl for the first time only, but still he just says that the girl is a Manasi. So they are actually surprised. It seems that this writer knows the name of this girlfriend. Writer knows the name of this girl, but writer does not know the name of the girl. That is not the name of the girl. He has actually decided to call every young woman in his play as Manasi. So his heroine should be Manasi. So that is what he thinks. So it's very strange only. And here Amal is not able to understand how this writer can call that girl Manasi. He has never spoken to her. He has never met her. This is the first time he meets her, and even then he says that that girl's name is Manasi. So here Hamel says that this man is very terrific only. This man does not seem to be normal. It's not easy to say when this man will be normal and when he will not be normal. So that is what he says. And after that, anyway, Vimal again insists on telling that they are not going to be the heroes of the play. They are just going to be the soldiers only. So let the play be about Indrajit and Manasi. So then there should be the title of the play. So what they have not, he has not even started writing, but then he thinks of, he says that let him think about the title of the play. So the title of the play is again a matter to be pondered on. So they actually think that the title of the play can be about all the names. Okay, so here writer says that it can be Amal, Vimal, Kamal, Indrajit, and Manasi. So that means it's a very long title. So the page will not be enough to write such a long title. So then again, Kamal says that let it be Indrajit and Manasi, because that seems to be better. So again, a writer thinks, okay, let it be Indrajit and Manasi. So actually, these are some of the things we can understand about the writer's play. This is again not a social play. He has already mentioned that. It's about that age. Okay, in that sense, it is social. Sorry, it's not social. No, it's not social. We cannot say it's about that age only, but it's about an individual. It's not about the society as such. It's about an individual and his frustrations in the society. So here, that not social has to be struck off. We can just put it in the social category, but it does not have a plot. It's about their life. So the story is about their life only. He has not started writing, and he has not selected a title. That is again another peculiar feature about it. And heroine's name is again Manasi only. Even when he does not know that girl's name, he has already named his heroine as Manasi. And this story is about the writer's story is about the routine lives of Amal, Vimal, Kamal, Indrajit, and all. And it's more about Indrajit. Okay, so that is that we can understand from that thing. And after that, we can see the writer telling about Indrajit and Manasi. So here I would like just to read a few lines about Indrajit and Manasi. Indrajit and Manasi to the audience. Pontificating. As you all know, different conditions, different cultures, different countries have produced plays about Indrajit and Manasi. Mythical plays, histories, social plays, comedies, tragedies, all kinds. Hordes of Indrajit and Manasis have appeared from all levels of society in all forms with all possible names. And it's difficult to say what joys and sorrows, what meetings and partings, what pride and hatred, what mental blows and reactions have shaped their plays. The love of Indrajit and Manasi, an immortal dramatic theme. Indrajit. So he just says this because there has been many stories about the love of man and woman, the love between man and woman. The theme of love has been dealt with over the centuries in different kinds of places, different languages, different cultures across the globe. This theme has been dealt with. You might have heard of the story of Laila Majnu. So, I mean, across the cultures, this story is there. So that is why he says that, that is again a kind of circle. It's again the same kind of story. This has been done by different playwrights, or not just playwrights, different writers over different periods of time. So he is now thinking about actually focusing on Indrajit and Manasi. Before that, actually, we can see Indrajit, the conversation between Indrajit and the writer. So the writer just tells Indrajit to narrate his tale. So narrate the tale. What tale? So Indrajit is not able to understand what the writer is asking. So the writer tells that he wants to know about his love story. That is his love story with the girl with whom he has seen. Writer says that your and Manasi's story. So Manasi, which Manasi? He does not know any Manasi at all. So then writer says that is the girl with whom we have been walking. Oh, so then in he says, though that girl is not Manasi, the girl is again, her name is a different name only. And writer says that he does not want to know her name at all, because names do not matter to him at all. What he has named is good for him. So writer says that it does not matter what you call her. So Indrajit is not able to understand what does it mean. So writer says that it does not matter to him, but again she is called by another name by her parents, and Indrajit says that that girl is his cousin, and her mother is, that means the girl's mother is his aunt. Okay, and he has always the habit of taking her back to home, and they usually talk to each other. So I mean they can speak about different things. So he likes to spend time with her. Okay, so that is only what he knows. So here it is not the ordinary conversation one finds in the college. It's not about cricket, politics, or literature. It's about all things. Okay? Even the small things he can share with this girl, with the girl whom the writer calls Manasi. So it's again more than that only. It's not just penguins, kangaroo, Eskimos, or it's not that. So even when he is again repeating the name Manasi, he says that her name is not Manasi. So the writer says, asks him whether he really minds if he calls Manasi. So he says he does not actually mind that. I mean, it's not a problem to him, but her name is different. And one more thing he adds, that her actual name does not have that much of poetical feature. Uh, so anyway, so writer just asks, what are the things they speak? So anything, and they can speak about anything. Even the writer is not just trying to write a drama, even that is also spoken. So anything can be spoken to this girl, Manasi. So he just likes to spend time with her, and she also likes to spend time with him. So it is not just merely a kind of friendship, it can be more than a kind of friendship. Okay, so that is what we can understand from the relationship. And here he says, I like talking to her, that's all. I feel happy after talking to her. Like, all this that goes on all day, every day, unchanging. So that is the thing. So all meaningless things, if the wheel just goes round and round. Even when the wheel goes round and round also, whatever he feels like sharing with this another person, he can share all these things openly to this girl, Manasi. Then we can see coming back to the college scene is college. Then Amal, Vimal, Kamal. So these three come as teachers, and at the time our Indrajit is the one who is shown as a student, and then he will be asked different questions, and he will answer the roll call and be asked different questions. And so that shows that they are actually in the preparation stage for writing examinations and all. So all the different parts of actually the texts they have to study. So those things will be mentioned here. And even after that, we can see during the interval, Amal, Vimal, and Kamal will be students only. I've already told you. So when Indrajit is in the class, Indrajit is student, and others will take the role of teachers. Each hour, they'll come as different teachers of different subjects. So after that, during interval, all of them again come back as students. So here we can see Amal asking Indrajit to asking Indrajit to answer the roll call for Amal, because he's just going out and he wants to watch a movie. So Indrajit is ready, and Vimal just asked Amal to Vimal asks Indrajit to lend a chemistry notebook. So Indrajit gives, and Kamal asks some money, 1 rupee. So that's not on Indrajit, and he says that he is ready to give it the next day. So the daily conversation, some one or the other kind of asking and giving and asking. So all those give and take. So those things we see here. And again, mummy coming. Okay, there is an auntie coming here, and auntie tells her son to her have his supper. So this is again between Indrajit and auntie. So here the son is Indrajit. So this son also changes at on certain. That is during some context we can see the writer as a son, and in some other context we can see Indrajit as a son. And again, auntie tells asking Indrajit to have his food, and Indrajit is getting ready to go there, and Manasi just comes and asking the writer whether the writer has finished writing. So the writer has not finished writing. Again, the writer is thinking about what he has to write. The thoughts are coming to his mind. So he just thinks about 1, 2, 3, Amal, Vimal, Kamal, and Indrajit, Manasi. And again, he says from home to school, from school to college, from college to the world. They are growing up. They are growing round, round and round and round. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, Amal, Vimal, Kamal, and Indrajit. So here he can see the next phase of life. Okay, so actually they are coming to the end of the college life. So it's again a kind of circle only. So Amal, Vimal, Kamal, they all will take examinations, and what will happen to them again. So this is what we see. So now it's time for them to go out to the college. They have actually come from home to school, and from school they have reached the college. Now they have to go to the world. So this is actually they are growing up. So it is just going like a round and round. After that, the children will also follow the same circle. That's why it is mentioned. It's going round and round. And we can see Amal, Vimal, Kamal, and Indrajit taking examinations. They are taking examinations, and at that time, the writer acts as the invigilator. So these people will not be ready to hand over the papers. We know actually what students will do at the time of writing examination. They won't give the papers after, because they'll be writing. They will never finish writing. Even when the bell rings, also they won't finish writing. And the invigilators sometimes have to force these people to the students to give the papers. Otherwise, the invigilators will snatch the papers also. So that is what we see here. The writer snatches away the paper from their hands, and the examination writing is over. And again, examination is over. Now they are actually in the period of waiting for results. So they don't know whether all of them will pass or not. They have their anxiety about their exam results. And Amal just asks what will Vimal do after passing the examination. And Vimal very practically says that let him finish let him pass the examination, and let him think about what he has to do. So Kamal is again thinking that whether he passes or not, that's not a matter here. If he does not pass also, he has to go for a job. He has to take up a job because his father is retiring that year. And Vimal also has other responsibilities. So Vimal says that he has 3 unmarried sisters to look after. So he also has his responsibilities. So in that way, they all are actually eager to get their results. They have their own anxieties and all. So when they were in college, it was fun only for them. Now actually it's a phase of anxiety for them. So they have to get good results, and they have to get good placement. Then only they can move into the world well. So, and after that we can see the time for the results to be announced. Okay, so the results will be announced, and we can see Amal Kumar Bose. Okay, so the result is announced, and he screams with joy. Others congratulate him. Then Vimal Kumar Ghosh. So here also he screams with joy, and others congratulate. That means one by one, all of them actually now pass the examinations, and they are happy that they have cleared all the papers. They have passed the examinations. So it's now time for them to move out into the world. And then the writer also has taken the examination, and he has also cleared that. Um, and it's time for writer also to move into the world. And we can see after they finish writing the examination and getting results and all, we can see the auntie will be there on the stage, and each boy will come to his mother and gets a blessing from his mother. So that is why auntie is blessing each one. So that means each boy goes to his mother, and the mother blesses the child. And after that, we can see this Manasi and Indrajit. Okay, so they have actually gone a long way. It means the relationship is developing only. It's not clear whether it is again uh, just a kind of friendship, or it's more than a friendship. So it is again more than a friendship only. But all love affairs need not end up in marriage. That is also there. So let's see what happens to their love. So Indrajit and Manasi, so we can see their conversation. They go to the park nearby, and then Manasi is ready to give him a gift. So Indrajit asks, why is she giving him a gift? So she says that that is the norm, because whoever is successful will be given a gift by the other person. So he just asks, why one should follow the norm. So here she says that girls have to follow the norms. She does not know whether boys have to follow or not. So there is again the question of following the norms. So what happens if one violate norms? Is it not acceptable? So that is what he asks. And whether he is successful or not, okay, whether, so he knows one thing, that he has to take up a job, okay, and there is no rule that he has to take up a, there is a rule that one has to study at the time of studying, and one has to take up a job. All those rules are there, all those norms are there. Whether even if that norm is not there also, Indrajit wants to take up a job, because he wants to pay for his own education, he wants to pay for his own expenses. So he does not want to depend on his parents for even his expenses. So that is what he thinks. And Indrajit just asks a question whether there is any rule that one has to abide by all rules. So Manasi just asks him, what else can one do? One can hate rules, why should they be there at all? So Manasi's question is what is the point in hating rules? We know that in a society there are different rules and regulations, there are different norms. So we may not even feel like obeying some of these norms, but even if we like or not, we are forced to obey many norms in the society, many rules in the society. So that is what Manasi is telling. What is the point of hating if we are supposed to obey that? And here he asks, what is the point of loving a rope that binds you? That is the question of Indrajit. If she, so Manasi is telling that she is not actually told to worship that thing, but I mean, one has to obey. That is Manasi's logic. So Indrajit says that one can even tear it into pieces. The rope can be torn into pieces. Even that is also possible. And here we can understand the injustices in the society. And here he speaks about a woman called Leela, and he knows about that woman. There is again a woman who lives in the street nearby, and this girl, actually, woman, a young woman only. Okay, so this girl, or this woman's husband, happens to die very recently, and her in-laws just keep her for some time at his home till this girl gets all the benefits of insurance and other job benefits. Once all the benefits are received by the in-laws, that is the boy's parents and siblings, they just throw her out of the house. That is what these people have done. So where can Leela go? What can she do? She does not have even a source of income. The money that she has received is again snatched away by these people, and they are mercilessly thrown out of the door. And she is now living with another cousin who has a shop, who deals with this smuggled products. And what will happen to Leela is not known. So this is the society we all are living in, and one has to obey the norms of this society. Seems to be nonsensical. That seems to be an absurd thing only. So Indrajit does not want to conform to the norms of the society, which is meeting out injustice to the people around. And he just sees about a boy, an 8-year-old boy with a baby in his arms, asking him repeatedly to allow him to polish the shoes, and he just gets irritated with the boy, and he does not allow the boy to polish the shoes. It's not because actually the Indrajit is angry with the boy. The thing is that Indrajit is angry with the system which has made an 8-year-old boy request the other person for polishing the shoe, and the 8-year-old boy is now forced to fetch food for himself, and it is the time for him to enjoy his life. This is time for him to go to school and enjoy his life, and this is what is happening in the society. So the injustice one we see in the society is pointed out in the dialogue of Indrajit, and this is a society that actually dictates a number of norms and forces people to follow all the norms, when the society itself is not thinking about imparting justice to the people in it. So that is what he says. And Manasi is not able to, Manasi can understand the anger of Indrajit. This is actually the anger of the angry young man, okay, we usually say. That means after getting educated, after when they see the injustice around the society, when they understand that they can't do anything about the injustice that is there in the society, and they feel a lot of frustration. So that frustration is actually shown in the character Indrajit. And Manasi says that, this is again, Manasi feels scared when she sees this Indrajit's anger. But even then, she says that, she does not feel anger, or she's not angry with anything. Maybe because of the presence of Indrajit, she's not feeling angry, and that is what she says. So in that way, Indrajit thinks that Indrajit is depriving her of the liberty to get angry with the system. But she says that that's not the thing. Maybe she feels at home with Indrajit. So anyway, the relationship has gone much ahead. So she feels a kind of sense of pity for all the things around her. She cannot be angry like Indrajit. And Indrajit always shows anger and frustration. Whereas this girl, that is usually girls will not show so much of anger and frustration. They'll be showing sadness. So that is what is seen here. I'm not telling all are like that, but that is the case with some of the girls. So here, Manasi says that she can accept many things around the society because Indrajit is there for her. At least Indrajit is near her. That is what she says. So that shows that she is able to go ahead in the society. She is able to live in the society because of the love and assurance she gets from Indrajit. So, and then Indrajit just looks at her, and Indrajit says that the day he gets job, he is ready to marry her. So immediately she reminds him of one thing, that she is his cousin. So, and he is not able to understand, okay, that maybe in some cultures that may not be acceptable. So she is not actually telling that she can marry him. So, and then she says that she is just an ordinary girl. So Indrajit says that he is an extraordinary. So there is no problem in getting married to an ordinary girl. That is, if an extraordinary boy gets married to an ordinary girl, that there is nothing wrong with that. That is what he says. So maybe cultural differences are there. Here actually you may see people getting married to cousins. So that may not be the case. I have already mentioned in the introduction to Badal Sarkar that he insisted on marrying his Hindu cousin against the wishes of his parents. So that was not a marriage acceptable to the family. So maybe something similar to that kind of a situation that happened in the author's life. So anyway, writer just observes that Indrajit and Manasi are talking together, and when Indrajit just keeps his hands on the shoulder, she just shies away. Okay, she just tells him not to keep his hand on the shoulder. What will happen if others see? So she just points out at the writer, and she says that there's a writer sitting here. The writer may see. So the writer has observed actually this Indrajit's and Manasi's body language and conversation and all. So the writer just comes with his observation. Writer says that Indrajit and Manasi, they have come a long way a long way? Have they really come, or are they just going round and round, round and round? They can get married and the same round again. They may not get married, again the same round again. So that is what I told you. All marriages, sorry, all love affairs need not end up in marriage. If all love affairs end up in marriage, that is, if some affairs end up in marriage, that is one round, that is one circle. Again, the life will go on in that way. Again, if the love between um, Indrajit and Manasi does not end up in marriage, that is again another round. So whatever way, it's again another circle only. So it's again, life is moving in a kind of circular way. So that is what he is speaking about. It's a kind of circular motion that one finds in life. So this is nothing new that is happening in the world. So there are many Indrajits and Manasis who have never married, who have not got married. There are many Indrajits and Manasis who have got married. That's why he says it. That is also one round. This is also one round. It's all a question of going round and round. The answer is a circle, a zero. That's why no one asked the whole question. So we are not actually making any different norm or any different thing. So in a way, actually, we all are following the circle. So the answer they get is life, a different sort of life for each man. That is the only thing we can see, and a different sort of life. Then we can see and Kamal, Vimal, and coming, and so they come and they go out. And so if one denies a circle, it's again denying going round and round. That means one denies a circle, means one denies the norms of the society, is again denying going round and round. That is again like denying the whole question. And we can just see the next section. The lights get dimmer as he finishes. Behind him is a table with chairs near it, and outside the door there is a bench. The writer goes away. Amal, Vimal, Kamal, and Indrajit come and sit on the bench. They are well dressed and serious. A bell rings. Now they are actually waiting for interview. So they have cleared their examination. It's time for them to uh, get job. So the job hunt has already started. So Amal, Vimal, Kamal, Indrajit, writer, all of them are actually waiting in front of the interview hall, and they do not know what kind of questions will be asked. Those who have finished the interview will be asked to move out in the next through the another door only. They will not be allowed to move out through the door they have already come. So Amal has finished his interview, and Amal is again for asked by the interviewers to go through the next door, to go through another door. And then Vimal is again waiting for interview. We can see the writer who comes here for interview, and the writer also wants his job badly. He has already attended one interview, and he has come after some time because he needs a job badly, and he says that he has married a person against the wish of his parents, and he has taken a flat. Okay, he has taken a flat on rent, and he needs a job badly. Then only he will be able to pay the rent for it, and then only it is possible. And we know that Kamal's father is retiring, and he has to take up the job. And Vimal has already spoken about his sisters who are to be taken care of. So all of them have different responsibilities. So it's time for all of them to take up job. So anyway, writer just comes with the ending of this Act 1. I'm just concluding this. Writer says that all of them will be getting the job, okay, and after that Amal retires, his son Amal takes up a job. Vimal is in, his son Vimal takes up a job. Kamal is dead, his son Kamal takes up a job. And Indrajit, and Indrajit's son Indrajit. So here the life is just going on in that way, because we know that once the school is over, we have to go to college life, and then after college life, we have to clear all the examinations, and if that norm is again if the norm is followed, and then we have to go and start doing job. We have to take up a job, and we have to start working, and then again, getting married, then birth of children, and the children will also follow the same circle. So in that way, the life will go on. Okay, so that is what he says here. So with that, actually, he's ending up Act 1. Okay, so he has to write about all these people. That is what he says. The bell is again ringing. So the bell is ringing. That is how actually life keeps on moving in a repetitive manner. So that is what he says. It's again, it is as if he's broken and divided into different pieces. Okay, so with that, I'm concluding today's lecture. All of you have understood the lesson very well. It's easy only. So all of you just take care of your health. I'll come back the continuation of this Evam Indrajit in the next class. Till then,